mindset is something that's very, very important because a lot of people ask me how to achieve financial freedom, and even after I teach them all the techniques, I find that not many achieve that. So what's the difference between me and those who achieve financial freedom versus those who don't? I realize it is the clarity of what financial freedom can give us. So money doesn't really drive us. You can have all the techniques, you can have all the methods on how to achieve financial freedom, but I can tell you it's still a journey along the way. So along the way, you'll meet up with difficulties, you'll meet up with issues, and if you're not clear on what financial freedom can give you, if you're just only thinking about the money, the numbers itself, it's not going to drive you forward. But for me, it was very clear. It is for my family. I want to spend time with them, I want to give them the best, I want to give the best to my parents, my wife, my children, and this drives me forward. So along the way, as I look for methods, as I look for ways to get financially free, I'm into issues as well. But when I think of what I can give my family, I will just keep moving forward. So the first step is to become clear on what financial freedom can give you. When we talk about results, I just want to be very careful about this because I've bought into stocks, I've bought into investments that jump by 100%, 200% in a few months, in a few years. And I can tell you these are good results by itself, but it is not good enough if it's just a one-time event or if it's only just one stock in your whole entire portfolio. I will use this term quite a lot, portfolio, because every individual of us, we need to have a portfolio of investment. Meaning to say in your whole entire collection of investment, it cannot be only one investment. I just want to emphasize on this. There isn't any investment that is guaranteed. There isn't any investment that's going to be confirmed sure that you're going to make it. So what is important is to have a portfolio, meaning to say a collection, okay? A group of investments which has a lot of, each of them having high chance. That's where you can grow your wealth in a very steady, in a very stable way. So in terms of result-wise, I think what I'm really very proud of myself in that sense is I'm able to within about 7 years to achieve the kind of finances that I want. And of course it could have been done faster if I've avoided a mistake. So this is my personal achievement. But one thing that I'm even more proud of is how I help a lot of other people. I have a lot of other friends, a lot of students who became my friends. They achieve financial freedom so much faster than me. Some of them even 2 years and some of them even 1 year. These are the exceptional ones. But I see that it is possible, and these are the things that I'm really very proud to say that I've achieved. Okay, there are two key things that I need everyone to take note of in terms of the conventional advice. The first key thing is it is possible to get rich quick. This is something that I need to make sure that everyone understands that up till now, there isn't a duplicable way to get rich quick. I mean, there are some people who win the lottery, but the chances is very, very small. So in fact, I tell all my friends and all my students that the first way to get rich, the first thing you need to do, it is to stop trying to get rich quick. Once you get rid of that mindset, you are able to get rich slowly and steadily, and I can tell you, in fact, that will be quick. Like I mentioned that some of my students, they achieve financial freedom in 1 year, 2 years. Isn't that quick? But most people, they can't even wait for 1 year. So once you are able to become patient and able to build your wealth in a steady fashion, you can get rich. So this is the first thing. The second thing is risk and returns. Now the conventional saying is higher risk, higher return. I need to explain this because as a value investor myself, I understand the lower the risk of the investment, the higher my returns. Because let's say if I buy a stock that's giving me, let's say $10 of dividends, I can pay $100 for this stock. If I pay $100 for this stock, I'm still getting $10 of returns, but my risk is $100. At the same time, I can wait until the market crash or when there's a correction, I can pay lower for the stock. Let's say I pay $50. If I pay $50 for this stock, you see my risk has significantly reduced. But at the same time, my returns is constant. In fact, my returns increase based on what I pay. So when we talk about higher risk, higher return, there's a whole different saying by itself. So what we need to do is to take control of our own finances. In fact, we need to understand that the conventional idea of risk is how much the stock moves. It's called volatility. And this is something that we can manage easily when we focus on what's the kind of returns that the stock can give. I would like to share more about this. So you need to understand that risk and return, it is not the conventional way. You need to understand that lower the risk, the higher the returns. For anyone starting out in your journey to financial freedom, I can say it's the same as any other journey in terms of wanting better relationship, wanting better health. the first thing is you must know how to achieve all of this. So there are techniques that you can use to improve your health, improve your relationship, as well as improve your finances. So first thing, be educated. You must know how to improve your finances, how to manage them, how to grow them, how to sustain them and let them grow even faster than you can even spend the money. So know how to do it. Now this is the first step. The second step you need to do is to get into a community. This is something that I see that is very important to a lot of people. Just like fitness, if you are trying to do it on your own, we know that there are some very disciplined individuals who can go to the gym on their own, they can run every day, but not many people are like that. Most of us need support. I mean, if you think about it, if you have ever played sports in your life or if you have been fit when you're younger, it's because you're in a group of people who are doing it all the same. And once you leave that group, what happens? It is not so easy to be disciplined. And just like fitness, finances itself is also something that needs ongoing progress. So same thing, first step, be educated. Second step, get into a community of investors, a community of people who are focusing on getting financial freedom, people who are interested in building their finances. So these are the two things you need to do when you are starting out. And of course, the last thing after that is to take action. Okay, no point just learning, getting into groups but not taking action. Take small steps, you'll see small results, and small success will breed bigger success. Okay, if let's say I'm going to give something to my children, a certain technique on investing, and I'm not too sure whether they are interested to really create their own portfolio, choose their own investments, and I want them to build their wealth in an automatic fashion, there will be one strategy that I'll give to them, and this is something that I will hope that everybody can start to use it. It is called investing in the ETF. And the good news is, I think since last year or the year before, POSB, OCBC, some of the banks in Singapore and POEMS itself, some of the brokerages, they have come up with this product which is called the regular savings plan. Okay, when we talk about regular savings plan, what it means is every single month they will take a certain portion which you personally has detected, for example $100 or $200, but instead of just keeping the money aside, they invest in this thing called an ETF. Now let me explain a bit further and what's so wonderful about this product. ETF is known as exchange traded fund. What it means is, right, we are buying, collectively we are buying 30 of the biggest stocks in Singapore, and that includes Singtel, StarHub, SIA Engineering, DBS. So we have all the so-called blue chips, and these are the companies, if you think about it, the chances of them really falling is very low. In fact, they will keep growing and growing as Singapore grows. So this is something that you don't really need to think too much of, which one should I invest in, because automatically every single month, either $100 or $200 is taken to accumulate shares of these 30 stocks. And the cool thing about this ETF, there's so much I want to share more, but one feature that I want you to understand is these 30 stocks are reviewed on a frequent basis. And if let's say one or two of them doesn't really perform well, they are kicked out of the 30. It's just like a soccer league, and the best are put in. So meaning to say, every single year or every single time, you are holding on to the best of the best. And when the economy increases or improves, that's where your wealth will also improve. And this is something that you don't really need to think much. It will at least help you pace inflation. It will help you grow your wealth at the rate of inflation and even further, because these are very, very good businesses. So if there's one technique I want to pass on to my children or in fact anyone, this is something you should start off with. Check out the POSB regular saving plan. They call it a blue chip regular saving plan, or OCBC or POEMS. There's a few choices. They basically mean the same thing, but this is something I believe everyone should start right now. And given time, 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, you will be thankful, because you don't even need to think about it. You will realize that your wealth has grown with time, okay, without any decision or any monitoring. Another tool that I want to share with everyone is REITs, which is Real Estate Investment Trust. Okay, this is a very simple investment and it's pretty stable in that sense. And but of course, we're going to talk about the timing of it, which I hope to share more with you as well. But in terms of REITs, what it means is, right, it is like you're collectively buying a building together with a lot of other. It's like co-sharing a building. But because it's in the share market, you're co-sharing with a lot of people. And the cool thing is, your share can be easily liquidated, meaning to say you can get cash back for your portion of that REITs itself. And most of the REITs in Singapore, they are giving dividends of about 4 to 7% currently as I speak. But of course, there are times when it can give even up to 8%, 10%, or even 12% if you get it at the correct time. And think about it this way: you put your money, instead of putting it in the bank. By the way, you need to have money in the bank. But if you put all your money in the bank, you're just getting probably at most 1% or 2% if you have some special account or premium account. But if you put them into REITs, it is giving you dividends, meaning to say you get back cash within that year of 4 to 7%. That already beat your bank out front. And of course, again, the price of the REITs does fluctuate, but it is pretty stable. So this is one idea that I will want to introduce everyone, the REITs idea. But how to select them is a very important thing, and how to look into when to buy them is another very important thing. So, but do consider REITs, okay? Because on top of ETF, it's something that grows for you with time. But REITs is something that gives you income immediately. Every 3 months you get some income. So that's where when I talk about constructing portfolio, these two comes together very well.